With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Baltimore Ravens. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for Baltimore. First down. Report. 1st and 10 at the
now it's Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. First down, here's Mitchell. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Ravens are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
We don't see him miss too often. The ball could have slipped a little bit coming off his hand, and that's all it would take to send it high and out of bounds without a play.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Alpha, sit hot! 180! Sit hot! Hey! You are X.
And Jackson throwing once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Hey, report! 180!
Jackson now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that was so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And I think the ball's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll run. It's Brashard Smith. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, that's going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Arises on to punt here as he gets this one away. That's taken on the 25. Oh, and now some space to operate. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They'll start with a run. And caught up. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Jackson going to shift him around.
You change it. You at X. You at X. Go right here. Shut up.
Now Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight cover.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. A curious decision to go for. But it pays off with a 1st down.
And the Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Go.
Give running right is Mitchell. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Ravens 10, Chiefs nothing. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. When you look at this defense, they come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Ravens 10, Chiefs 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
They're on the 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Mitchell. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Trying the right side with Mitchell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Yo.
Another run to Mitchell. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
So the field goal unit is coming on here, and boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And this from the parking lot, from an even 70 yards out. And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And that will keep this a 3-point game. I got nothing after that try.
Yeah, don't even try.
I mean, he tried it from the parking lot.
Yellow.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Patrick going to change the play.
At the Ravens 39-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Yellow. 50, yellow.
Smith up the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4. It looks like they'll move things around here. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And based on my math, only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Butker's kick here is good. And that will knot us up at 10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
Real quick, ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal.
The mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
On first down, they go back to Mitchell. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3.
Get on! Hey, middle. Go right here.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you see those RPOs run, you need the first man to attack and be a disruptor. And on that play, he closed down fast and helped knock it away.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
In less than a yard.
Thirteen. No, we changed it. Touch.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the draw, here's Mitchell. Nick Bolton there on the tackle. 2nd and 9. Now Lamar changing the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score.
17. Chiefs 10. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That is the big fella, Nnamdi Madubuike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. We say we use them to start the second half and get us going. And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. A give to Smith out of the gun. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
I think a major focus of the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes throwing on 4th. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. That is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, loop back out to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
about that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Well, I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on fourth.
You always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. After that one.
Receiver in motion left. Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line.
And he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this one is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Yo.
On third down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Mahomes going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chiefs are going to get a fresh set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Second and 11 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Oh, some strong running. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. There he goes again. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. 65 yards. And the Ravens look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24.
Ravens 34, Chiefs 10.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter This would be their third straight defeat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
And Mahomes sees something. He'll change the play.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing now is Mahomes. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Inside handoff, Smith.
Now he's free at the 35.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Rashard Smith,
66 yards.
and the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Attack! Attack! Come back! Hey, 43, 43, 15. Where's that?
Mahomes will throw for it.
He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
180. One shot. UAX.
Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 36 yards.
And the Ravens have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Luke now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Chiefs, 18.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll run it again with Smith. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly to Gator. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Mahomes going to shift him around. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Mike Green getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Hey, sit hot! Sit hot! 180! Sit hot!
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball.